Isvara, God is called Karma dispenser of the, she would know all this. Of the karma phala means the result of the action. Karma phala data means giver. Lord is the giver or dispenser of the result of the action. So like a duel is going on between ourselves and the Lord. Imagine a tennis game, singles. One side I am playing, other side the Lord or my coach is playing. Coach wants to train me. So when I make a shot, it is likely that the coach will return that ball right at the opposite end of his court to make me run. He will return the shots in such a way that I am slowly trained. He can easily give shots where I am standing so I can return them. But coach will not do. Coach wants to see that you are trained. You become strong, turn around. In course of time, you get trained. Provided you understand the intention of the coach, he is my well-wisher. Even though he is giving me difficult shots, but it is not to disappoint me or not to frustrate me or not to fail me, it is to train me. If there is my opponent there, he will want to defeat me. He also may give me difficult shots, my opponent. But here, in the other court, there is Lord. He is the giver of the result of the action. So I make one shot, that is equal to making an effort, karma. He returns the shot. That's what karma phala. I control the karma, he controls karma phala. So that is as though a duel between myself and the Lord. And Lord is the coach. He is my well-wisher. Wants to train me. So I deliberately return the shots. It may be difficult for me to return. For training me. So in life also, difficult situations come. Sometimes the outcome is different from what we expected. And we wonder, Lord, in spite of my prayers, I mean, you are not listening to my prayers. Very often we feel the Lord is deaf, doesn't listen to my prayers, doesn't care for me. But that is a matter of Shraddha. You know Shraddha? Trust. Your trust in the Lord. That He does not want to fail me, He wants to train me. As far as Shraddha and that coach doesn't want to defeat me, He wants to train me. So, as if every situation, because there are many disappointments in our life, Or when there is an appointment, there is likely to be a disappointment. We always have expectation of what should happen. And when what happens is not in keeping with my expectation, I call it failure. If it's in keeping with my expectation, I call it success. So success and failure are both the stamps given by me. what there is karma and karma phala. The action and the result. The effort and the outcome. That's all there is. But we brand the outcome in failure. When we brand the outcome as success, we start congratulating ourselves, wow, I succeeded. When we don't succeed, we blame the Lord. He did not give me the proper outcome.
Why does it appear like result also ignorance also like me? So why does it appear like why does it appear to be like as if my efforts are the reason for this outcome? That mindset won't work. As if things why is that?
That's good. In a way, it is in your control. Because even though we say that a result is given by Lord, the result is determined by our effort anyway. So better effort you put in, more likely the outcome will be better. So in a way, it is the effort that determines outcome also. But between effort and outcome, there are so many factors. So, in English they say,
between a
there
cup
is
and
many a slip between the cup and the lip. There is many a slip between the cup and the lip. So you have a cup in your hand, but before you put it on your lips, lots of things can happen. A fly will just fall in there, or my hand will tremble when it may fall. A lot of things can happen. There is many a slip between the cup and the lip. So thus there is many variables between the effort and outcome. So sometimes effort is different from what we expect. If you do not get disappointed at that time, you realize that this is for training me, for my growth. All difficulties come in the life for my growth. That's our Shraddha. Lord is like a sculptor, sculptor. They are like rocks, they are stone. So the Lord is always sculpting. But that is, if you are the rock, and if somebody hits you with chisel and hammer, it must be very painful to the rock, isn't it? So when the difficulties come in our life, it's like the Lord hitting me with hammer and chisel. But if I have Shraddha, then the intention is not to hurt me, it's to shape me. Then we can accept even difficult situations also with Shraddha. And there is something good in, there must be something good in this for me. I don't know what it is, there must be. Puja Swami would say that acts as a shock absorber. You know what a shock absorber is? The motor car, Indian roads, shock absorber. Absorbs a lot of shock, so the passenger gets much less than what actually happens there. So this Shraddha that we have in the Lord, like a shock absorber. If things do not go the way I want, I have the Shraddha, the trust. Must be some reason for this. Or something good may be there for me, I don't know what it is. So that reduces the shock of disappointment, failure. We get very disappointed when we fail. Not only that, but sometimes we lose the enthusiasm to make an effort. When the effort is not successful, sometimes we lose the enthusiasm to make an effort. It affects our self-esteem. And then loss of self-esteem will come in the way of my making a new effort. So my mind says, I can't succeed, I am like this. I start blaming myself. And when we start blaming ourselves, then a lot of energy is drained out. There is a conflict inside. I blame myself. Means I don't like myself. That failed self I do not like. Successful self I like. Failed self I do not like. So I do not like myself often. The conflict within myself with myself. There is a lot of drain of energy. Therefore, if what you call failure comes, then also we should stay away from blaming anything. There are some people who always blame others. He is responsible, that is responsible. Then there is anger and that anything. Very often people are having blaming themselves. Then there is anger at myself, disappointment in myself, frustration. You can stay away from blaming others or our own self. Then a mind which is free from this disposition of blaming, to objective mind means which can understand things, receive things, assess things as they are. It's called objective mind. We are often not objective. We assess a situation in which there may be self-condemnation, self-blame, or blaming somebody else. Everybody has this problem. That habit is there. When we catch ourselves from being grabbed by that, then we can retain some sanity and we have the strength to proceed further. Otherwise, life becomes difficult if we have self-low esteem, self-blaming.
Daily discipline, daily routine. So how do we look at the routine or discipline the time as an offering to God? So how do we relate and do?
Well, you can spend 5 or 10 minutes in the morning before starting your day. Plan out the day. What are the most important events? Not every little thing, but and how you will respond to those different events. You can have your mind rehearse a rehearsal of what will I do when that happens, when the situation comes, when this person comes, when that situation comes, etc., or when the task comes before me, how will I respond? So train the mind. When it happens, respond in this manner. You may forget, but we keep training. Spend every day 10 minutes like this for important events that are likely to happen. You have coached your mind, rehearsed your mind. how to behave, how to function. The mind may not remember, but every day it does exercise. And slowly the mind will remember, hey, I'm supposed to do this, not doing it like this. Evening you can take stock of things again. As to what extent I succeeded in my effort. Did my mind do what I wanted it to do or not? And I train the mind. Suggest to the mind, this is what you should do. Just spending 2 minutes every day in the morning, reviewing and rehearsing what I'm going to do on important events. In the evening, reviewing how did I do compared to what I wanted. Particularly, we may have a problem with some people. In office, we have a problem with some colleague, with some problem, X, Y, Z. Every day that happens. Very stressful. So, before going to work, I'm going to likely to meet this person at this time. That person is likely to behave like this. Mind, what will you do? And if you try to maintain calmness, maintain a disciplined voice of the mind, so we suggest to the mind, behave like this. It may not remember, but every day if you do that, slowly the mind will remember. And thus we can train the mind in course of time to act as we want it to, according to values that we have. Evening, spend a few times introspection. How did I do? Suggest to the mind, look, next time it happens, do it this way, not that way. It makes a lot of difference, when we are aware, alert, aware, about conscious. We are conscious life, and we are reacting life. Very often we react. When there is pre-planning, it's likely that you will be conscious response rather than the reaction.